right now. Just be done.
Way to go, Taylor.
All right. Let's get the example done, and then we can figure out how to get the narration done on the PowerPoint. Well, I guess technically we don't need narration, but we'll look at that.
Oh, is that not a requirement?
We'll go back and look.
Yeah.
Like they gave us a bunch of different options and how we could present the case. I mean, a PowerPoint generally would be pretty lackluster without narration.
Yeah.
So probably.
I don't know. I kind of like. I don't know. I kind of disagree on that end. I think that the PowerPoint can hold its own, and then sometimes I think narration it just kind of downgrades it a little bit depending on how the narration goes through. But either way,
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever it takes, right?
Okay. Yeah. We need to get it done. All right. So we'll walk through the example real quick. So I've got the document pulled up so I can put that together.
Awesome.
Anybody else have an example from this week?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just gonna do like a cartoon one again. I don't know, Taylor. I think you're the one that started us off, in that area.
Yeah. Can you pull up your screen? Can you share your screen, Robert, so I can see what I'm looking at?
Yeah. So.
Because I've kind of looked at it a little bit, but not super in depth.
So our example this week, give an example that shows the difference between a trade secret and a patent. So do y'all know what the difference is?
I'm trying to think.
I did the wrong one. I'm gonna have to. Well, anyway, learn it all. A patent is something that you have a right where someone can't. I think it has to be like 10% change in order, or 15% change for you to have a patent on something. And people can't take it. A trade secret is if they get the secret, they get it.
Yeah, that's really what it is. A patent provides protection for a set period of time, and then a trade secret is something that a company can hold. So one of the most common examples is the recipe for Coca-Cola.
What I was thinking when I saw a trade secret was what's that called? A Krabby Patty from SpongeBob.
Oh, that's a good one. We should do that.
Because they're always like fighting to keep it a secret, but they don't have like a patent on it. It's just like if you get the recipe, you get it.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Yeah. So I don't watch SpongeBob, but that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
So that would be.
Basically, there's just one restaurant that they have, and this is like amazing hamburger, and the bad guy in it is always trying to steal the recipe, but they like keep it under wraps so he can't. But there's no like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's exactly it. That's a trade secret. So, versus a patent. So like this is what I used. So, because I play the trumpet. So Robert's Trumpets developed a new way of manufacturing the bells on brass instruments, making them more resonant. Because it's a really intricate method, the company didn't feel like they needed to file a patent. Because the thing about filing a patent is you have to make everything public. And I was even reading some stuff that said if you don't provide the information, your patent's going to be denied. So they wanted to keep it internal and keep it exclusive to them. So they kept it as a trade secret versus another trumpet company who developed a new way to build valve blocks, and they patented that, and then they license it out to other companies. So that's one thing you can do with.
Robert, let's just use your idea. I think that's a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we can do that. Something. I mean, there's some legal protection on trade secrets, because it's like company intellectual property and that kind of thing, but it's not nearly as strong as what you have on a patent.
Yeah, Tesla. I guess he was in a huge patent custody, battle thing, and he actually won it, but he won it 6 months after his death, unfortunately. So he died poor. Oh.
Yeah. All right. So then now we need a quiz question. All right. So we could do something where we say a company has, company A has done something new, and this is what they want to do with it. Should they keep it as a trade secret, or should they try to patent it? What do y'all think about that?
That's good. How would you word it though in a question though?
So.
Yeah, I like the concept though.
But I would put in there something like, which option is going to, like, what should they do to make sure that it's protected in the most, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So.
You want to use just, as kind of your example and just kind of reword that into
we can
question.
We can keep this.
Have you noticed a lot of the questions that are on there, like, if they are a group question, they're very much like his, like they all fit very seamlessly. Like the questions, like the group questions that he puts in there are very similar to the ones that he makes and puts on there.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's only used like 1 or 2 of our questions, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen very many of ours.
Maybe I'm not paying attention because I don't even like recognize them when I come past them.
Right?
Yeah. I have to take a stats test after this too.
Oh, bless your heart.
So blessed.
Stats was fun.
Yeah, it's one of those classes that if you like have an off week like I'm having right now, you're pretty much screwed. You got to catch up on everything, and they do 2 lectures a week.
Yep.
So I'm like, totally behind.
Well, that family stuff, that's hard. That's definitely a hard thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking about emailing my teacher and being like, so interesting.
He's really good to work with. I've had some family issues, pretty traumatic, and he's been really nice to work with. I mean, just be honest and just straightforward and just say, hey, this is where I'm at, and then he can let you know.
Yeah, I emailed him earlier today because I totally didn't know there was a test last week, and I didn't do any of that stuff. It was like, yeah, things been a little chaotic in my life, so.
I'm so sorry. That's hard. That really shakes you up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's tough, especially because it's so close to home,
Is it your mom or dad?
My dad.
Oh, it's hard.
Sorry.
Yeah, he just got diagnosed with cancer.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so it's been a little tough the past few days. So I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're a daddy's girl, huh? It's hard.
Mm-hmm. I hang out with my dad all the time.
What kind of cancer did they say it is?
Stage 4 colon cancer.
Wow, that's tough.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and my dad's not even 45.
Wow.
Yeah,
How old are you?
So I'm
Stage
22.
I thought you were older than that.
No. Yeah, so it's been tough.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're as old as my daughter. Well, actually, I have a daughter older than you. You're as old as one of my daughters. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
It's okay. I just emailed him. I'm probably going to email my stats teacher and be like, look.
Yeah, you probably should. Because if you're not there emotionally.
Well, I haven't even like studied for it, and it's doing like 2 hours, not even. So.
Yeah. Oh. Well, dang, Robert, you're like on the ball here. Thanks. Taylor and I are having therapy, and you're on the
No
ball.
kidding.
Oh, I think that's just one of the hardest things. He's pretty young.
Mm-hmm. That's why that did like cut me up. I was like, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Stage 4.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And they're like moving fast. Like he's getting the port in for chemo tomorrow. And he'll start chemo next week, I think, for the next couple weeks.
How's your mom taking it?
Not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to a family reunion this past weekend for the 4th of July, and we found out right before we left. My dad's like, no, like, go. He's like, I'm going to stay here and go to my doctor's appointment. He's like, you guys need to go. And she was just like a wreck the whole time, and I was a wreck the whole time, but it was nice to be around family.
Oh, Taylor, so sorry.
It's all right.
Gonna be a lot of good cries. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good cries.
All right.
Very cool.
Y'all good with all that?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
And then I'll send you the recording as soon as I post it.
So let me save that real quick.
That is so smart, seriously, to save all the documents in different folders. Learn something new every day.
I didn't used to do it. I am not an organized person by nature, so I have to work at it.
Yeah, that's really smart. I do mine by semester, so like, this semester
I started doing that recently, adding the semester title in my folders.
That's smart.
Keep it separate there too. Although half the time I can't even remember what semester I'm in.